Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Boland. Thank you all for joining me. More than 60 people were shot over the weekend in Chicago. I think 9 died. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, actually, what I wanted to do an article that on an individual that pulled out a axe in a McDonald's restaurant. I can't remember exactly where it took place. I think it was in New York. And I saw it in Breitbart News, and I was going to do that article, and now I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what the deal was, but you might have already heard about it. Man went crazy. There was some kind of altercation in the restaurant. And so these guys start plummeting the guy, just start beating him, So he's just standing there like nothing. You may have already seen he's standing there like nothing's happening. Then all of a sudden he grabs his bag, pulls out a little small miniature axe and starts smashing stuff up. I thought he was going to chop people up. Starts smashing stuff up. He hits a guy in the side of his face while he's sitting down, who had nothing at all to do with the altercation. And it just goes to show you these. And I'm not going to say it's all about policies, but a significant number of these kind of attitudes and these acts of violence are based on policies. Policies. Not about liking anybody, not about disliking anybody. Well, I don't like Trump. Trump is the reason, all this kind of stupid stuff. It has nothing to do about who you like and dislike. It has mostly 90% of this has to do with policies. Laws that are put in place that make it either easier to do this kind of stuff or harder to do this kind of stuff. Let's get into this article with Mayor Lightfoot. I'm just going to read some of this. Nearly 60 people were shot, 9 of them fatally, during the weekend in Mayor Lightfoot's Chicago. Nearly 60 people. Think about that. 9 of them fatally over the weekend in Mayor Lightfoot's Chicago. It's ridiculous. Breitbart News noted that 45 people were shot, 5 of them fatally, Friday into Sunday morning alone. ABC 7 Chicago Times reports that by Monday morning, the number of shooting victims had risen to 58 with 4 additional shooting fatalities. CBS News explains that there were a heightened surge of violence late Sunday afternoon. 5 men were injured and 2 killed during 2 separate shootings Sunday that happened just minutes apart. These men were shot and injured on 97th and Escanado in South Deering at about 4:25 p.m. 5 minutes later, 4 men were shot on the front porch near 61st and Evans by someone in a blue Chevrolet Impala. 2 of the 4 men died and 2 were hospitalized. ABC News points out that a 3-year-old girl was among the weekend's wounded. She was in the back seat of a vehicle in 4200 block of West Cermak Road around 11 p.m. when someone in another vehicle opened fire. And the rear glass of the vehicle shattered, and the girl received lacerations on her head. A 10-year-old boy was shot and wounded Friday night between 8:30 and 8:40 p.m. as he walked with his father in the 1000 block of East 93rd Street and Burnside. The boy was hospitalized in good condition with a gunshot wound to his leg. The Sun-Times Chicago Homicide Database shows that 493 people were killed in the city January 1st to January 1st, 2022 through September 18th, 2022. End of that article. That is a crying shame, and perhaps a significant number of these shootings may be gang related. I know that that's what some people may be thinking. I think it's a lot of this is gang related. And if not, that's even worse. But a lot of these shootings may be gang related, but that's beside the point. The point is that Mayor Lightfoot doesn't seem to be doing anything about it. And I believe that she doesn't seem to be doing anything about it because, like most Democrats or communists who are posing as Democrats, believe that people that commit these crimes are victims of an oppressed society. This is literally how these people think. And to some extent, this is literally how a vast majority of Democrats actually think. That's why they're soft on criminals. They're soft on criminals because they believe that criminals commit the acts that they commit because they're crying out against an oppressive society that has caused them to be poor, and that they're crying out. And the way they cry out is they shoot, they rape, they kill, they maim, they steal. That is the most craziest worldview I've ever seen in my life. You strip responsibility from the individual. In other words, you're a grown freaking man, grown freaking woman, and you don't understand or don't know consciously that what you're doing is wrong, that what you're doing is taking human life. You are without excuse. But this is how Democrats think. This is how liberals think. This is their worldview. Bad ideas bring bad consequences. Good ideas bring good consequences. Now, like I said in the closing of this video, I'm not saying that all of this has to do with policies, but I believe a significant number of the policies that Mayor Lightfoot promotes and encourages is part of the reason why there's so much violence in that city. It is what it is. And no one talks about it. No one, I mean, you know, some they may talk about it, but they don't spend any real significant time on why there's so much crime. Almost 60 people over the weekend. It's like being in a third world country. Are you serious? Even if it's gang related, that is a crying shame. Why isn't the president saying anything about that? But I guarantee you, if a white police officer shoots a so-called unarmed suspect or an unarmed black man, they're all on it like flies on doo-doo. Mainstream media on it like flies on doo-doo. Now you explain to me the rationale behind that, and maybe we can have a logical discussion. But until then, I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because it's totally illogical. The left is destroying this country. Period. Bottom line. I'm not saying those on the right are not bad. I'm not saying there are any bad apples on the right. I'm not saying that these Republicans are all good, because they're not. Many of these Republicans are in cahoots with the same philosophies and worldviews. But it appears to me, my own two eyes, that what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing and what I'm experiencing, that most of this is in Democrat-led cities with politicians and district attorneys and senators and House reps who have this worldview about people in poverty or whatever. They think that everybody that commits these crimes is in poverty anyway, which is foolish, because you don't have to be in poverty to commit crimes like this. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But you get what you get. You keep voting what you vote for, you're going to get what you get. What's the point in crying out against, oh my God, I'm so tired of this killing, I'm so tired of this killing. Well, you keep voting for politicians that says that say, look, I feel sorry for them. They're crying out against an oppressed society. Well, you keep voting for them. Ignorance gets no one anywhere. Doesn't get anyone anywhere. It just doesn't. When you don't know, you do things that will hurt you inevitably in the end. And this is what we see going on. This is what we're seeing in all these Democrat-led cities just about. I'm not saying that it's not in any Republican cities. I'm not saying it's not in any Republican states. But let's face it, you can have a Republican governor and a significant number of the cities and provinces may be Democratic-led. The city of Cleveland, which is my home city here that I love, okay, is right now and has been for decades run by Democratic mayors. And the city of Cleveland has one of the highest crime rates. Gee, I wonder why. I'm just saying, folks, you keep voting for what you vote, you're going to get what you get. That's what I have to say about this. This is a crying shame. This type of stuff needs to be exposed more. But we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see 2022 midterm elections. We're going to see. We're going to see if people really are seeing what's really going on, or we're going to see whether people have been brainwashed once again into voting this kind of nonsense into existence. But what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. God bless you all, and see you again.